Folks, pay attention. This one hits close to home. Just weeks ago, the House Oversight Committee fired a powerful demand straight at California's governor: turn over every single record on the state's out-of-control hospice industry by April 6th. It landed like a subpoena at a funeral, and given what's happening inside these programs, that feels almost too fitting. Here's the number that should shock every senior, every retiree, and every taxpayer listening right now. In Los Angeles County alone, hospice providers exploded from just 109 in 2010 to 841 by 2021, a staggering 1,500% increase, while the senior population grew by only 40%. That's not supply and demand, that's supply and steal. Medicare's hospice benefit was created with good intentions, to give dignified, compassionate care to Americans in their final months. Light oversight, maximum trust in the system. Fraudsters saw opportunity and rushed in. They built sophisticated schemes, illegal kickbacks, selling licenses, enrolling patients, sometimes without their knowledge, into hospice care, while providing little or no actual services. Phantom patients, empty buildings, billing Medicare for care that never happened. Warning signs were everywhere. State records show more than 2,100 complaints filed between 2015 and 2021, including hundreds alleging straight-up fraud and abuse. A major state audit delivered a blunt warning: weak controls had created the perfect environment for large-scale fraud and abuse. Providers sharing the same tiny addresses. Patients listed as terminally ill who were later discharged alive and well. Excessive billing for services that were never delivered. Yet for years, California's leadership looked the other way. A moratorium on new hospice licenses was signed in 2021, and later extended. Officials still point to it as proof of action. But the freeze barely touched the network of operators already deeply embedded in the system, the ones who had quietly stacked dozens of licenses in advance, ready to flip them on whenever scrutiny eased. Even independent investigations found new Medicare-certified hospices continuing to pop up, some operating out of the very same buildings in Los Angeles. This isn't just a California story. This is your money on the line. Every dollar in Medicare comes from payroll taxes paid by working Americans in every state, from factory workers in the Midwest, to ranchers in the South, to families across the heartland. When fraud drains the system in California, it shortchanges seniors and future retirees everywhere. While this racket grew, California positioned itself as a national model. But a state that allows systematic looting of care for the dying isn't a model, it's a warning. Here's what should make every proud American feel a surge of strength and hope. Real oversight is finally happening. The House Oversight Committee is demanding full transparency and accountability. Federal investigators are moving in. This is what draining the swamp looks like in practice. Shining a bright light on programs meant to serve our most vulnerable, not enrich con artists. We are still a nation that honors its elders. We believe in dignity for those in their final chapter. We believe hard-earned tax dollars should fund real care, not phantom operations running out of strip malls. California's hospice explosion exposes what happens when power goes unchecked for too long. But it also proves something bigger. Americans are waking up. We're demanding answers. We're refusing to let the system be looted. Share this briefing right now with your family, your neighbors, your veteran friends, and your church group. Demand that every record be delivered. Demand accountability. Stand proud. Stay vigilant. Protect what generations before us built. Because when we expose the waste and fraud, we honor every grandparent, every veteran, and every hard-working American who made this the greatest country on earth. This has been the Alters Briefing from Alters World News. We explain power. We explain consequences. Visit us at altersworldnews.com.